This video is sponsored by Casetify. More on that later. Hey everyone. So this week's big story is a bit of an interesting one, and it has to do with a California-based J-pop inspired idol group. Now, if you're an adult or just an American in general who watches this, chances are you're not really going to understand what that means. So let's unpack that. We're going to be talking about Sorb3t, who is a pre-debut California-based indie idol group. And we're going to see what happens when you take someone who's slightly problematic and slightly cringe and you feed it to the internet. The other night I spent a very long time looking into this story, and I realized just how many niche groups of people there are and how many little worlds within the internet we don't know anything about. And this story was very interesting to me because it surrounded this big realm of like Zoomer drama that I've been really interested in lately. And one person who's been interested in me talking about that is a news guy, Hassan Piker, who I will be showing Sorb3t to today. Now, Hassan can tend to be, you know, a little more brash than me, a little more upfront about the way he feels about some of these things.
Yo, white people are they have suffered, okay? I did not realize that white people fucking fell off this hard.
Just remember that he's, you know, an old man, and I'm teaching him. This is a teaching moment, you know? This is something that a lot of older people don't know anything about. I don't either, but it's gonna definitely not be known by Hassan. If you know anything about J-pop or K-pop or the people who are fans of that, especially in America, you'll know that for like a lot of idol groups, there's different people who represent different characters and little unique things about them. I'm not here to teach people about this culture that I don't know anything about, but I am here to talk about why it's been talked about on the internet today. Sorb3t is an idol group in Los Angeles who's making what I assume to be pop or indie music completely in English, but the idol part of the idol group is very inspired by J-pop. Again, not an expert on this. If I get something wrong, tell me in the comments and I'll make sure that I give it a heart so everyone can see what the experts are saying. So the question for a lot of people, or like one of many questions, is, okay, if they're playing indie music or pop music, and if the music's all in English, then like what part of the performance makes it an idol group and not just like an American band? So at least from what I can understand, Sorb3t is basically a band but with the performance style of a J-pop idol group, where they don't really sing their songs, at least they haven't yet, but they'll go on stage and have sort of light choreography while they lip sync the songs. I'm way out of my element, as you can tell, but let's keep going. A lot of people off the bat, especially when we're talking about American TikTok users, they aren't very like open or accepting to this kind of like fandomry. But I don't want to leave a bunch of precursors. What I'm trying to say is that this is basically, you know, three adults who came together as friends to create something that they're a fan of in other countries like Japan, but now they want to do it in Los Angeles. A lot of what Sorb3t was when they started was a group that would dance to other J-pop songs while talking about their idol group and their characters. So they keep posting, they're doing photo shoots, they're kind of like teasing that they're going to be releasing music soon without showing the music. I don't think they ever actually show music this entire video thus far. I don't think you guys are going to get a sneak peek of the music unless something happens like right before I upload this video. And so I'll say what I think a lot of people would be saying at this point. One half of the argument is saying, cringe, I don't care, it's cringe, there's no defense for that. The other side is saying, whatever happened to letting people have fun with the hobbies they want? Are we like making fun of nerds again? Like, is making fun of nerds fun again? And I'm not really fully in either camp, you know, I'm sort of a centrist when it comes to this, but I can't talk about my biases, I can't talk about my leanings until we actually watch the video that got Sorb3t in trouble. During this video, Sorb3t is doing what's called a call and response for their character, for themselves. They have sort of like a chant for the crowd for each character, you know, for each person in the idol group. And this is fine, you know. They performed at I think Anifest 2023, which is an anime convention, and they did their first performance ever on stage. This is at least what Sorb3t's performance looks like at that time, which was a couple weeks ago. Sorb3t is, of course, perfectly set up to succeed. There is no difference between this idol group and a popular Japanese idol group. No difference between the two. Might as well swap them out. And all of this is fine and good. No one sinned. No one did anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of a certain kind of culture or a certain hobby or something that people do. You're allowed to do that. It's cool. I mean, it depends who you ask, but it's cool to do in terms of I'm not going to arrest you. And so what happened is that Sorb3t put out their call and response video, and let's just watch exactly what happens with it.
My name is Barry, and I'm the leader and pink member of Sorb3t. So I'm going to teach you my call and response. So I start out by saying, strawberry, and then you repeat back, blueberry. And when I ask, who's everyone's sweet idol, you're going to say, Betty-chan. Are you ready? Strawberry, blueberry. みんなの甘いアイドルは Betty-chan. Hi, Betty desu.
Yo!
And so people have been pretty upset about this. The main issue for a lot of people is that she's saying English words, berry, strawberry, blueberry, berry-chan, but instead she is throwing like a Japanese accent over the words as if a Japanese person is saying a word in English but can't pronounce it correctly. I mean, at least that's what the vibe was, especially when she did this little number. That was a little bit much, wasn't it? And I think not only because that happened, but because people found Barry's character specifically more cringe than the other two, everyone came after her. People were not very fond of this video, and they were especially not very fond of Barry, who is the leader of the group. You guys already know what it is. Casetify is the world's most popular tech accessory brand, making phone cases and other accessories that are not only protective for your devices, but also stylish and sexy. Not only am I showing off some of Casetify's leading accessories right here with this phone strap, but I'm also showing off two of our colorways for the Nick is Not Green case, which are also on Casetify. You can have the same exact phone case as me. We have 3 different colors of these cases. It's got friends of mine on it. It's fun, okay? But back to this phone strap, am I right? There are many times where I'm wearing shorts or pants that don't have pockets that make it comfortable enough for me to want to put my phone inside of it. Next thing I know, I'm doing adventure hands-free with the Casetify phone strap where I don't have to worry about my phone falling off of me. You wear it a bunch of different ways too. See, I got a little bit of a crossbody vibe going on here. And they've got all kinds of different straps too. I've got this higher utility one right here. These phone straps are made from 100% recycled material. They allow you to do so many different styles. They have different color options. Pretty cool. And I bet you're wondering, you know, Casetify does that classic phone drop to show that their phone cases are safe for their phones. But when I tried to do a phone drop with the phone strap, I didn't even have to worry about it. There's no phone drop because it's not going to fall off. Casetify has so many styles that'll work for you, whether it's a phone case or a phone strap or even a Nintendo Switch case. They've got it all. Casetify also has a big mission of sustainability, so all of their phone cases are made of 65% recycled and plant-based material. And you can even design cases of your own. I have one that has my initials on it. I have one that just says the word barf on it. I mean, they let you do whatever you want. So if you want to have a cool phone case or a phone strap just like me, go to casetify.com/greenisnotnick for 15% off of your order. Thank you to the folks over at Casetify for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the tea. And so we get around to the apology, which is Barry sitting there in front of a wall and beginning to talk in a voice that is not the same voice as before.
Hey everyone, this is Barry.
It's not illegal to like have a like idol type whatever voice when you're doing your character, but it is pretty odd to just suddenly find her looking completely different and just like, hey guys, what's up? Hey, the apology is pretty rough, I think.
Let's watch the fucking apology video. It's up here. This is it.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is Barry. I just wanted to hop on really quick and address my
Also way different voice than the one she was using in the...
Yeah, it would have been way funnier if she was like, it's Betty-chan! But also, like, even in the apology video, calling yourself Barry is pretty funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
and wholeheartedly
apologize to every single person that I have upset or that I have offended with my call and response. I truly did not have any ill intent, and for that I am sorry. I, as a white person, have an insane amount of privilege, and I will never truly understand the struggles that people of color
Why are you
go
laughing? Racist? She's acknowledging it. She's acknowledging her privilege. Racist?
There's something so funny about someone going, I have an insane amount of white privilege.
I will never truly understand the struggles that people of color go through. And I did not mean to undermine or ignore or disregard any of those struggles.
A lot of people were also kind of like weirded out at the fact that Barry like laughed so much during the apology.
Mean to undermine.
Like, I think she was just uncomfortable, but it still like came off weird to people, I guess.
Now, I did want to give some background on my call and response and explain why it was the way it was. The reason why my call and response is in Japanese, despite Sorb3t releasing music in English.
Wait, they're releasing
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't do anything. They don't do
Nick, they've
anything.
released music in English?
Because when I eventually have my own tracks, I plan to release solo music almost exclusively in Japanese. And I figured that since I'm the same person, whether I'm...
Wait, I'm confused by all of the things that she's saying. Like, there is no English music as Sorb3t, as far as we know. And she's already like talking about her solo ambitions. But you guys never even released music as a trio. Where's the music?
The apology is so funny because they did not release a single song, but she is planning on not only releasing music with Sorb3t as English music and an idol group, so none of it is really Japanese at all, and then also wants to release solo music as Barry, which will almost exclusively be in Japanese.
Why?
And I figured that since I'm the same person, whether I'm solo or in a group, that I could use the same call and response in both instances. Also, my boyfriend, who is Japanese, unintentionally came up with part of my call and response.
You did not expect her to pull that
yeah,
card,
dude.
The Japanese boyfriend card was pulled. I couldn't believe it when I watched it for the first time, but it is as funny as it looks. There's something very oddly like fetishy about the way that she looks at Japanese culture and the way she looks at Japanese people that will always make me feel uncomfortable. It's not a cool thing to have some sort of fetish for a specific ethnicity or race or nationality or whatever. You can have your preferences, but I am not there with you.
One day we were just talking about my idol career, and on a whim he just made up something.
That part's crazy too.
And
You gotta back that one.
Wait, you guys were talking about your idol career?
The way she says it too, like also the fact that Barry talked about her idol career in the way that she did, also pretty cringe.
One day we were just talking about my idol career, and on a whim he just made up something, and I ended up wanting to incorporate it because I'm all about the strawberry aesthetic, and my online alias is associated with blueberries, so I thought that it was perfect for me. I thought that since my call and response is in Japanese, that if I pronounced the words strawberry and blueberry the way that the katakana would be read out loud, that it would be okay. And I see now that...
Strawberry! I mean, that is how you read it, yeah. Blueberry!
I was wrong.
Such a wild.
I've already got another call and response picked out.
Oh! She hit it! Hit or miss, baby! I guess she wouldn't miss that one.
That was
Fuck yes, dude. She hit the fucking boom.
fucking jump scare I got from that.
Yo, she's
Every
good.
time.
She had to do it to him. She just came up like...
Again, I apologize. Thank you. And I really hope you guys will continue to support Sorb3t in our future endeavors. Take care. Also, I know that my roots are bad. Let me live, please.
And so there was a big question of how at fault she is versus just how cringe and uncomfortable the whole thing is. Like, are people upset with her because she did the thing in the accent, or are they just upset because she seems like the leader of this group and seems very like upfront about it? And then the other weird thing that happens is that everybody starts taking this stance that Barry is this evil leader who is like racist and bad for the group, and then Ash and what's her name? Alice. It's Alice. People really like Ash and Alice as these like redemption characters who will carry on Sorb3t when Barry is gone, and they have looked at Barry as this demented leader who just wants to see it all fall. And I find this way of thinking on TikTok, it's this cycle that I see very often where people need to pick a side, not even between themselves and the creator, but between the creator and someone else that they can find in the situation. There always needs to be a hero, like for all of the drama we talk about, and there needs to be a villain to shit on while also pushing up this other person. And in most of the drama that we see, that's the way it is. But it becomes a weird issue when, like, those two girls are friends with Barry, at least as far as we know. Just because Barry is more extroverted and poises herself as the leader of the group doesn't mean that her two friends are completely not with her there. We can't really assume what they're thinking in their heads because they're the ones that decided to make a group with her. They stood there while she said that shit in a Japanese accent. You can actually hear in the original call-out video when she says, Sorb3t, I can't even, that is awful. She says that, and then she goes like this, and the crowd goes, Sorb3t, but you can hear her saying it in the voice, and the other two are just going, strawberry. It's a little bit hard to watch.
Strawberry! Blueberry!
People need to stop, like, ironically, but then unironically, like outside of the bit, begin to like see these people in their heads as the good guys and see the other people as the bad guys, and not just like, oh, these are all just like regular weird people who live in California. Like they're just weird. That's it, you know. And I think they're all a little bit weird for doing that, but I'm weird for liking certain things also. It's weird to go on stage and do what they do for me, but I also find a lot of other things odd too. It's just we like different things. Obviously for Hasani, it was a little more upfront about his distaste for it.
Okay, like I am not exactly initiated and I don't really know. I don't know any of this shit, right? But like I don't think that they're doing a good job with the dance move. Are they doing a good job, chat? You guys are a bunch of fucking K-pop stan freaks in here. Come on, explain this to me. Is this good? No, right? It doesn't feel good. It feels clunky.
The choreography's clunky.
No, it's just so, it's making me mad. Like,
I know how many times he's paused this goddamn video. He probably just unpaused the video just now. And the term that they like to use is overseas idol group, which means that they're like a J-pop or K-pop idol group, but in a different country, I guess. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. And so then after that, they posted about how they're all starting to get doxxed and how people are taking it too far, obviously, because they always do. The fact that they are getting doxxed is the most TikTok ending to this story. Because, like, why? What do you want to do? Wait, they didn't even do anything. I think normally a situation would never become this big. This is such a niche thing to care about. I don't think she should do that. At the same time, like, I literally am not going to sweat over it at all. And I don't think anyone else will either. And that's kind of all I got for you. Allow people to like what they like. And if they do weird shit, just say it. But we don't need to take it overboard. We're chilling. So much drama keeps coming. I can't keep up with these stories. There's like another tattoo gate. There's like a mice gate now with these people at this university eating mice. All right, everybody. That's all. Thanks to Hassan for being a part of this video and for allowing me to talk about drama on his stream. And thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Let's get more subscribers than Nick is Not Green by the end of the day. Bye.